What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with our SAO variant showdown video. And I know it's been quite a while since I made a video on this, mainly because for the last pretty much since the Yu-Gi-Oh banner came out, there really hasn't been a video to make. Obviously, they've released a ton of different ability cards. Here's one for Sinon's birthday. They came out with some new accessories like Yuki's cat ears. They've been redoing all these boss events, more ability cards, more accessories, more ability cards. It's pretty much been the state of the game thus far. So I haven't even realistically, pretty much since the Yu-Gi-Oh banner has released, I've mainly just been logging in, getting my base login, and that's it. I stopped paying for the monthly where you get, variant crystals every day thing, because I was just expecting the game to be shutting down. And it is shutting down, kind of. So let's talk about this notice that they put out from the management team, where it talks about what's kind of going on with the game. And it's kind of confusing, so I'll explain it as best I can. But let's just go through and read all four parts of this first. So, thank you for playing Sword Art Online Variant Showdown. Please accept our sincerest apologies for any inconvenience caused by the various issues that have persisted since the app's launch. Yeah, there's a lot. Although we have tried to handle all the issues as they arise, due to the frequency with which new ones are occurring, after careful consideration, we have decided to temporarily suspend the service and carry out extensive maintenance to fix the underlying problems. So, let's start at the beginning. The whole reason, the previous gacha game we played on the channel, Unleashed Blading, the whole reason that game shut down, obviously sales were starting to dip, but the main reason that it shut down was to make way for this game. This game was supposed to be like the new big gacha game that was going to take its place, and obviously it did not live up to that, because we aren't even a year into this game's service. We're like, when did this game come out? Like November of last year? So we're like 2.5 months away from the 1 year anniversary for this game, and they're already doing an extended kind of shutdown thing. It's not shutting down permanently. It's not like these, normally when a gacha game shuts down, that's it. The game is never coming back. This is not what this is going to be, but it may be the end for a lot of people. People probably aren't going to want to come back. So, let's see what they have to say here. Doing so will require some time, but we hope it will enable us to provide a more stable app experience for all our users. Once again, please accept our sincerest apologies for any inconvenience caused. We'll be doing everything we can to ensure that we are able to provide the most enjoyable app experience possible for all our users once our service resumes. Thank you very much for understanding your cooperation. Let's talk about when this is going. This is what really gets me. So, I've seen this happen before. Not very often. Most times when a game isn't servicing well, it just gets shut down. But there is one other example I can think of where this happened, and it was with, I believe it was One Piece Bounty Rush. I believe it first released, and then the state it was in, that, it wasn't the direction they wanted to go with the game. So the game shut down for 10 months, and then when it relaunched, it was a completely different game. The gacha didn't work the same. The gameplay was vastly different. And so that was the only other time I can think of it being something like this. But as you can see here, 9/28. So the game is going to be live for another month and a week. And then it's going to be gone until summer 2024. So we're going to be this game is going to be in perpetual maintenance from the end of September until, June, July, August of next year. So that's at bare minimum what? That's good. So the end of September, so October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 9 months minimum this game is going to be in maintenance so they can really overhaul the game. That's what it seems like they're trying to do. It's not just going to be, the title screen takes too long to start up. The game is buggy. Like, obviously, I don't think that's all they're doing. I think they really want to revamp this game so that it can, perform better, which is why they're going to take 10 months off. There is a very good chance. Now, I think we're still going to have, like, all our units and all our ability cards. I don't think those are going to go anywhere. But the way the game plays and how, event shops and all that kind of stuff worked, or even the gacha, may be a completely different thing once the game actually comes back in 9 months. But, yeah, it's pretty funny. Summer 2024. All right, let's see what else they have to say here. The main goals of this maintenance period are as follows: to redevelop and improve the underlying game system that causes issues to frequently occur, to develop new content that will increase the app's lifespan. See, like, I do have to at least give it to them, because I don't hate this game. Like, obviously, the main reason I play it is because it has SAO on the title. If it was just some, original IP that, I didn't know the characters of, this wouldn't be a game I would play. So I do appreciate that they're not just going to want to let, especially since this is supposed to be like the successor to Unleashed Blading. So I'm glad they're not just giving up and scrapping it. But yeah, so develop new content that will increase the app's lifespan, to improve parts of the app that hinder enjoyment or are difficult to understand, to adjust some games' rules and character abilities. So yeah, that's the other thing. A lot of units and ability cards might not work the same way that they did before as well. But yeah, there's just so much they obviously need to do with this game to, because it's just like, even without the bugs and stuff, it's just like so very like bland the way the game works. It's like, okay, every single time it's which in some games I don't mind a routine. Like obviously Unleashed Blading, we had like 3 or 4 different event types of content that made it interesting to play, even though a lot of the time it was, kind of the same thing. It's like, oh, you have a team of a specific color, these are your bonus characters, defeat this boss. But it did, it was interesting when they tried to do, the special bosses that had like multiple areas to attack. You had your normal raid events, you had your normal story events, you had the other like boss raid things. So, but with this game, it's like pretty much everything is always the same. You're fighting one big boss, even if it, and then some events have an event shop and some events don't. You're just grinding points. That's pretty much what this game amounts to. But yeah, so let's keep going. Please note that we plan for player data to be carried over once service resumes. Please also rest assured we'll be doing our utmost to avoid any updates that negate the time and effort. Okay, so yeah, they're trying to tell you that the stuff that they're updating is not going to erase what we've already done. All the characters we have in our boxes and all the ability cards and all the, like, I guess, stuff for leveling characters, like, that should all still be there. And the changes they make won't affect that, but we'll see what happens with the game. Let's see. Future notifications. During the maintenance period, we plan to post development updates to our official social media page and so forth at a rate of around once per month. So once per month, so pretty much over the next 9 months, every month, we'll see an update as to what's kind of going on with the game. Partial discontinuation of item sales. Okay, that makes sense. Sales suspension date, 8/31. Okay, so why are they not just doing it now? No one's going to spend money for the next 10 days. That seems silly. They should just do it right now. Like, just don't let people buy anymore. All variant crystals besides the 60. Okay, so this is all the items that are going away once this happens. And then boost passes purchased before the sales suspension can still be used until the maintenance begins. So let's say on the 28th, because obviously the 28th of next month is when it's going to go into maintenance. Let's say you buy the monthly, whatever it is, $5-7 pack, whatever. You'll still get all those rewards for the next month until it goes into maintenance. And let's take a look at the last thing. Okay, so this is one thing that's very, very important. If you do plan to keep playing the game once it comes back from maintenance, maybe you want to remove it from your phone and then you're going to reinstall, but you still want your account. Make sure your data transfer link is set up. Yeah, see, if you delete the app during the maintenance period, you can restore it as long as it's linked. So link it to your Bandai. I forget what this game even uses. I have mine linked, but I forget what it is. But if it's like Bandai Namco ID, make sure that's linked. Obviously, you have an entire month to do so. But that's pretty much it. So the game is not permanently shutting down. The game is going to be down for a good 9 months. And then I honestly wouldn't be surprised if another SAO gacha game releases during these 9 months when this is doing its whole thing. But I am very surprised and almost kind of glad in a way that they're not just like I said, I loved Unleashed Blading so much. Like, that was definitely my favorite SAO gacha. So, and this game has obviously failed to kind of live up to the hype that game had. Obviously, even to this point, we still only have like 7 characters who get SSRs. I'm probably over-exaggerating. There's obviously more than 7, but it's like the same ones that always get units. So that's one thing they also need to consider when they come back. Is just like, it's always Kirito, Asuna, Alice, sometimes Yu-Gi-Oh, Lifa, Sinon. Obviously we've got Layla. But yeah, for the most part, it's the same like 7 or 8 characters that are always getting SSR, so it gets so tedious. It's like, okay, give us some new characters. But hopefully that's something they can work on while they're in this very long... Oh yeah, Yuki too. In this long kind of like break period. Like all these characters, like Sachi, give us an SSR. Obviously we've got Rain right here. You know, Seven. Like all these characters can use units whenever it comes back. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say. And this was the other thing. Main story added, like, it felt like the story was kind of coming to an end anyway. So I'm very curious what they were even planning to do with that. Yeah, August 1st was when Yu-Gi-Oh's... Well, no, I think it actually released a few days prior, but this is when they finally posted about it. So yeah, it's pretty much been a month since Yu-Gi-Oh's banner released. But that's all I pretty much have to say. I really don't have a reason to make another video on this until they start doing their monthly updates. So I'm probably not going to say anything about the game until then. I think that data mined thing I talked about earlier, the like thank you thing, is probably going to be the banner that's out until the maintenance begins. So I guess if you want to... because I don't know how the gacha currency is going to work when the game comes back. Like, I assume it's not going to erase people's gacha currency. But some people may just want to save what they have for 9 months in the future, I guess. But I guess we'll see what happens with the game. I guess I'll cover whatever that, like, thank you banner is going to be. I don't know if they're going to give us, like, free multis. Probably not, since the game is going to come back. But whatever that is, I'll cover that. And then, obviously, I guess once a month I'll make a video on whatever updates come out. So, I guess let me know what you guys think down below about the temporary long suspension of this game and what it's going to amount to. Do you have any hope for the game? Do you think this is a lost cause? Definitely let me know. So, that's going to be it, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe more if you're new to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.